Consent calendar. All matters listed under the consent calendar are considered to be routine and can be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items prior to the time that council votes on the motion unless members of the city council, staff, or public request specific items to be discussed or removed from the consent calendar for individual action. Are there any wishing to remove any of the items?
To the mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to have item number 8 removed and for separate discussion.
We have one request. Is there anybody else? Seeing none, I'd like a motion to approve 7, skipping 8, removing 8, and 9 through 12.
So moved.
Got a motion? Get a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None there? Okay. Diana.
Sure. Good evening. So the item before you tonight is related to Underground Utility District number 12-1, which is located on 2nd Street, particularly Phase 1 of the project. And so the City Council established that Underground Utility District. The city worked with PG&E for the relocation of the other overhead utilities to be placed underground. As part of the project, as the contractor was excavating, they found some culturally sensitive materials as the location of 2nd Street is located near the levee. So working through the process with the tribes, there were 2 different tribes that were identified as potential descendants. We had to go through the process of hiring tribal monitors to monitor the excavation. We sifted through a portion of the spoils that were found and then separated out the culturally sensitive materials from the soil. Again, as we started excavation, we found additional material that we stockpiled. And through this process, we've hired archaeologists, tribal monitors, and we've had security personnel on site. With this project, we hired Dawkin Engineering to facilitate this, and Dawkin subcontracted to Far Western, who is the consultant used by Sabifka to deal with the culturally sensitive materials, as they already had an established relationship with both tribes, and there was a trust level between Far Western and the tribes in terms of dealing with the materials. So the item before you tonight is to award an agreement for professional services to Dawkin Engineering for their archaeological services related to the district in the amount of $204,284.
More comments, questions from you?
The question, and this has come up in the public in the last couple of weeks. We arrived at an agreement with Dawkin. Is this done through a bidding process? Is this done just as a professional services agreement? And it is for, or to the tune of $204,000. So.
Originally, we hired Dawkin through a formal RFP process associated with the 5th Street Bridge project because of the proximity to the bridge, and the portion of this undergrounding is specifically related to the bridge project. That's why we contracted with Dawkin for this particular scope of work. So we had gone through a formal RFP process to select Dawkin originally.
Thank you. That's the only question I have.
Okay, thank you.
I asked the same thing.
I just wanted
I know, it's out in the public. It's awesome. It's the way we need to do it. Any other questions? Seeing none, looking for action on this item?
Staff's recommendation for number 8.
Second?
Second.
Okay, got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, unanimous vote. Thank you. That was an excellent question, though.